has to understand the historical background of it before you start making decisions. I don't think the people who are making the decision understand the purpose, the historical background of marketing board. I'm not sure about that at all. And the quicker we solve that problem, it will be the better for the agriculture sector.
Joshua, as part of the marketing aspect, and I know you're always concerned that we need to do more where marketing is concerned and for our mega plans. What you think? Where we got we lost it where marketing board is concerned?
Yeah, marketing board, as BJ says, it's one of the critical components in terms of agriculture and farmers. But before I delve deep into that, because I have some thoughts about marketing board, I was involved a little bit in terms of marketing board in 2013. But I want to take this opportunity to mention two things. First, I heard a new introduction to the program this morning, and I was very impressed with the music and introduction. And apparently, it was written by one of our own, and AI kind of helped. The second thing I want to do, I want to acknowledge that I'm sitting next to a graduate. My colleague BJ here has recently graduated. He's done his master's, and I was sent the picture, and I was very, very glad, very proud that he's not just kind of talking, but he's expanded his academic ability. So BJ, all kudos to you. Congratulations. We are very proud of your achievement, and we all taking a little piece of your achievement now and as we go forward. So well done.
Thank you, Joshua.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Right. So now to marketing board. I don't want to go over what BJ said, but I think marketing board is an illustration to me in terms of how people talk and what they mean. Now, if agriculture is a priority, why is marketing board on the back burner in terms of agriculture? We needed to have solved this problem a long time ago. However it's structured, however people want to do it, it needs to be done. There's a lot of talk that we should have an export arm and we should have another arm for internal kind of market and production, because it seems that over the past number of years that marketing board exporting and selling locally hasn't worked well. The other argument that I've often heard is that when you look at GIDC, you look at the tourist board, they all receive a subvention to help them operate and manage. Marketing board never did that. So marketing board had to generate income and do the development work of marketing board and pay the staff. And as there were parts of marketing board that were very profitable, but it came to a point, I think in 2013, when the IMF recommended closing marketing board down, and the management of marketing board recommended an injection of 2 million in terms of working capital into marketing board. Otherwise, marketing board will have serious working capital problem. 2 million was never injected. So as was prophesied, came to pass. But the past we can always look back and blame. But how do we move forward? I really think that we need to decide on the structure. Are we going to have one part exporting and one part dealing in terms of local production? And are we going to have marketing board doing contracts? And if the contracts are being done, Would it be that we say, okay, this person is handling ground provision, so we're going to concentrate on ground provision because, the cost is not enormous as probably other crops that are grown above the ground. So we need that kind of strategy, clarity of thinking to avoid some of the confusion that's going on. What I do here, I was at a meeting 2 weeks ago with the Minister of Agriculture, and what he was saying, and he was saying it with a smile, and I think he meant it in terms of goodwill, is that we're going to grow food, we're going to feed ourselves. But what I didn't get is what food are we going to grow? How much are we going to grow? How much are we currently growing? So it seems to me like in these meetings, people don't like the boring stuff, like, a good data collection system. People don't like to talk about it. They prefer, and part of the problem is we prefer to hear hype stuff. We're going to grow all our food. We need to grow all our food. I want to grow all our food, but there has to be a plan. And not only has there got to be a plan, but I'm a firm believer in terms of educating the population and taking them along. Far too often our academics and those who have had the opportunity to travel believe that they should be the one with the knowledge, and you can give all the knowledge to the masses. They're not going to use it properly because they're not going to understand it. And that, I think, is something that we must not get back into. But a marketing board concept, very much needed. I know currently the current marketing board that exists, or the remnants of it, I know they're buying from farmers. Some farmers are saying they're selling the products to marketing board. But that will be a big help for us. Mm-hmm.
Yes, and we continue. The farmers are crying that the actions so far are confusing. BG, Granba Estate. Government visited the minister and I believe the permanent secretary visit Granba Estate immediately after election, and they gave the workers, put the workers on a high. They was satisfied with the performance, the productivity, unusual, but they were satisfied. And they even identified the estate as a potential growth wheel. And then they fired 31 workers. BJ, is it time that the Ministry of Agriculture recognize they are the biggest farmer in Grenada and behave like such?
My 2 pence on this is that if you don't know where you're going, any road taking you there. This current administration don't seem to have a plan